And joining me, the two head coaches, Billy Donovan, John Calipari. Think about this. We got 5 Final Fours, a couple of national championships between them. But the one distinction...
I like that. A couple national titles between us. That's good.
Okay, so they're both here. So the one thing I was going to say, the sole distinction he has, you know, Cal is the only road coach in College Game Day to come out to do an interview in front of the opposing fans.
No, I give him credit for doing that, and I appreciate him doing that. So we've had a good relationship, and he's been a good friend.
Did it with Mark Few, Billy. Yeah. I do it with friends.
Yeah. Well, he does it with friends. He also won last time. That's the reason he wants to come out.
Is that why I'm here again?
I think
probably.
So. Hey, John, I know that you're relatively new at Kentucky, and Kentucky's been the standard bearer in the league for a long time. But the success that Billy's had here and the level that he's taken to this program, what does the rivalry do for Kentucky to have a legitimate rival in the league?
Well, you know what? What Billy's done here is nothing short of amazing. And you don't mind me breaking our confidence. When we had a run at Memphis with Chris Douglas and D. Rose and Joey and the boys, I was calling him every 2 weeks to say, tell me how you kept them up. Tell me how you inspired. And it was unbelievable. And then my job when he was in the finals was to take his father to Dunkin' Donuts in the morning. But he's done, you know, to win national titles, to do it for 2 years back-to-back, to do what he's done is incredible. And it's great for our league.
But what does the rivalry mean to you, Billy?
Well, you know, I think that Kentucky, when you look at the tradition and what they've meant to the SEC, you know, it's been remarkable. And they are really the measuring stick, I think, for this league. And when you look at, they've got more conference titles than all the schools combined. To have John in the league now and Kentucky as a power, I think it's raised, really, everybody in the league. Basketball program, when you have a program like Kentucky. And, you know, he's obviously done a terrific job here only in his second year. And I tell you what, you know, when you lose what he lost, because I went through that. You know, we lost guys in the lottery, and he lost 5 of them. And for him to do the job he's done with this team has been remarkable. So I think Kentucky in the league, when they're really, really good, it really raises the bar, I think, in the SEC.
You know, you look at you mentioned the guys that John lost. You look at the two rosters, and there's a real contrast. You have a lot of experience on your roster. His is turned over. What effect does it have during a long conference grind to have a lot of guys, you're starting 3 seniors who've been through it?
Well, I think, you know, veteran guys are always good because they've been in those situations, but I think the game has changed so much. I mean, you look at, you know, John's team last year. They had all those freshmen, and they did it from start to finish. So I think the days are over where freshmen, quote-unquote, need to wait their turn. They're capable of coming in and starting and making big impacts, and I think John's kids over the years, whether it be Memphis or Kentucky, have been able to do that.
Well, what's the difference, John, in taking a really young team out through a conference and taking a more experienced one?
Well, it all depends on if they're talented. You know, Billy's got a team of talented, experienced players, and he's doing a great job with them. They're leading our league. It all depends on who the freshmen are. Do they want the challenge? Do they understand that winning is really important? There are times you have young kids that think, I just scored a basket, now I can go back and relax. Well, you can't win that way. We've got a group of freshmen this year that are doing great things, but we're asking so much of them. We're really asking a lot of our returning vets. They're doing more than they've ever done in their careers, and we want more. These freshmen are our leading scorers. We want more. You can do more. It's been a rough thing.
I want to ask you guys about something that we talked about on the show a little bit earlier. Billy, especially you're the dean of SEC coaches now. We were talking about whether with perception or reality that the Southeastern Conference is down. How does it compare in your mind?
You know, I've been in the league for a long time. I think the league's very, very good. I mean, I think if you look at what the league has done outside the conference, I mean, Tennessee's had some terrific wins. Kentucky's had some terrific wins. We've won some games outside the conference. I think you look at the way Alabama's playing right now. I think any league is a work in progress, but I think our league is very, very good. And we were just talking about, everybody talks about the West. The West is very, very good. You got to go on the road to play in the West.
We go to Alabama and should have lost by 20. We go to Mississippi, we lose. Mississippi State beats them. I mean, it's everywhere you go on the road in league play is going to be hard. And sometimes, again, it's hyped up. One league's hyped up over another league, but this league is a good league.
All right, who's the best team you played, in the league or out of the league? Who's the best team you played?
You know, right now, I don't know. I mean, I'm looking at this saying Alabama was really good. Of all the teams we played, Alabama was really good. But we're going to get Florida's best. Every game we play, someone's coming out it's crazy. And Billy, it's the same for you. But you know, we've had a good schedule. We beat a bunch of ranked teams, but we're in our league. We're struggling more now than we did outside. And our league, our non-league schedule was supposed to be one of the best in the country.
Who do you think, Billy?
Well, we had a chance to play Ohio State the second game of the year, and I thought that they were terrific. And I think Thad's team has got a very interesting dynamic. They can play really big with Lauderdale and Sullinger. And then when they move Lighty to the power forward spot, it creates all sorts of different problems. And I think maybe the most underrated guy on their team that probably doesn't get the level of exposure as Lighty or Buford or Sullinger is Kraft. He has come in and has done a phenomenal job. Now, I haven't studied all the teams across the country, but they are an outstanding team. We obviously played them very, very early in the year.
Shoots it like a young Billy Donovan, too.
He shoots it a lot better than me. If he played like me, we maybe would have had a chance to win.